All right, good afternoon, everyone. Well, it's that most nerve-wracking time of the year again. This year is 2025, and the students who took the exam last year have all received their results today. I've already received a lot of good news from parents one after another, and I'm very happy about it. I'll take some time to compile everything later, but right now I'm still having a hard time controlling my emotions. However, some parents have already started asking questions. What should you do next? That is, after you receive your offer, what steps should you take? Actually, I've made a video on this topic before. Today, I'll share these videos with everyone again. So after you receive your offer, I'll also explain the relationship between the reserve list and the offer, and whether or not you should accept the offer and how long your reserve list status lasts. I'll give you a detailed explanation with examples. So here, I'm sharing this video with everyone again, and after you receive your offer, please refer to it. Complete all the related tasks we need to do as soon as possible. All right, I hope this can help everyone. Thank you. Regarding what to do after receiving the offer, I see that many parents keep asking about this. For example, some have already received an offer, but at the same time, they are also on the waiting list for other schools. So what should be done about these things? This is the topic I want to talk to everyone about again today, sharing my honest thoughts. This topic requires action. Yes, after official results are released on Friday, parents need to act immediately. So once again, I want to explain this to everyone. Okay, so the first and most important thing we need to do is this. If you receive your results and you have both a reserve and an offer, then remember, generally speaking, you have about 1 week after receiving your results to take action. You must click accept offer, okay? Don't worry, just go ahead and accept the offer first. This is the first thing you need to do, okay? Once you've accepted the offer, it doesn't mean that you're automatically removed from the reserve waiting list. This has nothing to do with it. There's no connection between the two. So I see parents keep asking whether they should wait or what they should do. There's no necessary link between the offer and the reserve list. So everyone should accept the offer first, okay? Make sure to accept the offer before the deadline. And then at the same time, you're still on the reserve list, okay? You're still waiting on the reserve list. So this is a question that many parents often ask, and I want to clarify it for everyone. Don't worry, just accept the offer first, and then you can wait on the waiting list. Now, when will this reserve list be canceled? It will remain active all the way until the end of this year, December. That is at the end of term 4, just before the kids leave for Christmas break. It's around December 16th. That's the deadline on that day. You need to decide whether you still want to stay on the reserve list and keep waiting. If at that time you still decide to keep your spot on the reserve list, then the offer will naturally be canceled. But actually, very few parents do this. Most parents will more securely accept the offer, right? We will not keep waiting on the reserve. So this is something to decide at that moment. So everyone, don't worry. At this point, just remember, you must accept the offer first. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is about the reserve band. You might notice that on the reserve band, sometimes it says A, sometimes B, sometimes C, and sometimes D. Actually, the reserve band is just a reference value. From what I understand, the number of students in each reserve band is different. In other words, bands A, B, and C are all relatively easy to get an offer from, making them quite accessible. All you need to do is simply wait, just wait. But after that, each school situation is different, and it also varies from year to year. So how far the reserve list can actually reach each year is also different. It's hard to say, really. It's hard to say. So especially for those parents who haven't received any offers and are only on the reserve list, you need to pay extra attention. You should regularly log into your account to check for any changes to your reserve list status. Okay, so if there's any update, you need to respond as quickly as possible, okay? This is the second point I want to remind everyone about. As you can see, the reserve list is basically a matter of timing. For example, with A, B, C, D, if it's A, things move very quickly. For A, it's also about a week, within 1 week after the results are released, or at most 2 weeks, you'll get the outcome. It will turn into an offer and you'll receive the offer accordingly. B also moves quite quickly, so at that time, you should receive an email. So as I said before, if you are on the reserve list, I ask parents to regularly log into your account to check for any changes in status. Also, regarding the reserve band, how many students are there in each band? They should be different. They should not be the same. So regarding this, I haven't found any definite information on this aspect, so I can't really give you a clear answer here. But, well, that's roughly the general idea of this experiment. This is the kind of time concept we're talking about. So this is what I remember about the reserve situation back in 2002. As you can see, every school was different from each other. In 2002, we can see that Huge got an F. The other reserves also got an F. Last year, if I remember correctly, it went to E and finally stopped at E. So you can see that some are different. For example, like black tongue, black tongue boys in 2002, it was actually A. It only went up to A. But last year, if I remember correctly, it reached F. It went up to F. So the situation is not exactly the same every year. So once again, if you have something on the reserve list, when it comes to the real reserve bank, I urge parents to pay close attention. Ah, you can find this website right on the Ministry of Education's website. Basically, at the very beginning, the updates come very quickly because there are a lot of changes. But after about 1 or 2 months, the updates on that website will slow down because after that, the changes gradually become fewer and fewer. The first 1 or 2 weeks see the fastest changes, and many parents are making decisions during that time. So everyone should keep paying attention to this matter during that period. Okay, these are the things I wanted to explain to everyone. These are things you need to do right after the results are released on Friday.